Hmm. Okay. So flawless. Hey, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We are almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but never one. No, but there is no one more big obstacle you have got to get past. Like that pose. Hmm. Oh, obstacle? Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? What's her motive? Mm, no. Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information, right? What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for Zebra Boy. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Flawless, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Mm, like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Huh. Huh. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any at any minute. It, it's true. I did kidnap her 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, the Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne. Your girlfriend, huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name, Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister. Well, what? Are you serious? The girl let her go. This was 5 years ago. Okay. Shut up. Come closer. And I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Who's talking? Uh, the detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. Okay. Uh-huh, okay. Mhm. At first, I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No. Protect sister. Valerie, betray me, betray us. Oh, she's a bad woman. Okay. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. all make believe kidnapping too. I make believe kidnapping. Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Oh, did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. What's wrong with this guy? Hello, bro. I'm good. Just feeling a bit tired, but I'm fine. I do anything she says, anything Daria says. Anything Daria says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Daria. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it. Daria's family rich. Jewelry business. We got one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dalia wrote kidnap note. We sent to her dad. Ask for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. Well, we tell him Valerie make transfer because she knew a detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, right? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia. Bang. And he fell. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jumped in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with the police all over. Okay. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Terry Follis, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. These 5 years, all I wonder is why, 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 why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forgot what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear the answer come from her mouth. That's all. So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, zebra boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Forrest, where is it? Huh? Where is what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now. Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone with Dahlia. With Dahlia that day on the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack and she fell. Now gone with Dahlia, gone forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia. Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We are about ready to go. Mr. Fawless, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing, along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Oh, never found her, my sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by a river. Gone, Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel. How old was she anyway? Just 14. For 14, I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man, angels these days. Flawless takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Daria Hawthorne an angel or is she really a... It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. Diamond added to the court. The training wheels come off now. Mia, you've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. Sue this. Okay. February 16, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Follis. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I will try my best. Let me save you. Dun, dun. Yes, Your Honor, I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again. I can understand the defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She is an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? Figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course. I think you're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten? Mr. Armando, listen. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinding at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course, Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. Mr. Judge is ready. I would like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see you're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Uh, Looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Whoa. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say. Testimony. خلها هذا اليوم. آه. آه. مم. Okay. Mm. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before, and I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer, holding a grudge, and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago, or kidnapping a poor girl. Just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Hmm. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. Oh, ما عندي heads كامل. No, I was out of the country the last until the year before last. Okay, let's press on it. So what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad after my parents were killed. It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone. Oh. Hmm. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sub story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? Press her hard. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case. I have lived abroad ever since the little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Fawless or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we have established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you have just stated to the official testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Naturally, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant. Let's hold it. You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I am rather shy around people. Oh well, that can be helped. Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? First time you saw either them was when they were in the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. Express. So, what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors, picnics, hiking, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no train run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. Fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? The prosecution objects to any questioning that involve the witness' private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you. She's really gone too far. Miss Faye, you're treading on the thin ice here. كلهم ضدها شو I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. But perhaps, but your behavior that day, oh, was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's unfortunate, Miss Fay. Your last statement proves nothing. Oh, really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that at that time an officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake. Huh. That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. That's not fair. That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Oh, a grudge. Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he is innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful, your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like. Right. It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Fawless is kind of forgetful. Wait, let's see. Okay, no. شيك شوي شيء. Oh, let's try press harder. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's clearly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Have it added to the testimony? Um, added to the testimony. Yes. Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. Would like it to add it to the official testimony. Prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point. Hmm. No, that's not why I. Uh, enough, witness. If you would, my pleasure, Mr. Judge. Guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. What do you mean by lucky? So, well, it's February now. Everyone is wearing scarves. If I had accidentally worn a white scarf, like he said, then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. Huh, looks like you're pressed too hard this time, kitten. Mr. Armando, keep looking around you and you're going to lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. Okay. Or kidnapping a poor girl, or just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Let's keep going. Pressing. You knew about that incident, but weren't you out of the country until the year before last? Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about this whole history. So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right? Yes. Can't let her get away with these lies. Listen to me, she's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. I was out of the country until the year last. وين لازم أحط هنا؟ كذا. Okay, statement before then. Guess I'm lucky. Present the scarf. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification. Oh, you're talking about this scarf right here? Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. A white? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Oh, well, it was foggy that day and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for a white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there is only one explanation for this mix up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white. Let's see. From the picture, victim's note. You read the victim's note. Wear white scarf for identification. Oh, okay. Okay. Take that. Witness, have you ever seen this note? No note. No, never. Stop secret evidence. There is no reason that you would have. Hmm. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fawless' instruction to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. A white scarf. Ah, witness, you knew what this note said. She shouldn't know this no about the note, but now we caught her. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Oh. Well, Miss Foster. No. Order. Miss Edgeworth. I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public, and yet this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Follis is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. بدينا. Did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. Third person that knew the content of the note. Oh no, no. I pressed the wrong button. Hang on there, kitten. What is it, Mr. Armando? Oh shit. Um, Here I made some coffee con leach for you. I put in plenty of sugar. Drink it up before it gets cold. Don't be shy. Why are you doing this? Your brain needs stimulation. Drink some of this and then think it over again. Shit. Listen, keep messing up like that, and you're going to get the judge mad. Miss Faye, don't just stand there casually drinking coffee. Oops, think it's too late. But, Your Honor, there is one more person. Person inside the forest and the victim knew that outside person that no one would have suspected. We figured it out. Yep. So that's the one. Thing is, which one? Present the victims. Take that. Any mistake and it's game over now. And that person is Dalia Hawthorne. Dalia Hawthorne. I have never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dalia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. Oh, what's this? So who is this person? This Dalia Hawthorne. Ugh. Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean? Yes, he was kidnapped and killed by Terry Follis. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago when she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Uh, even you couldn't, Miss Faye, you're not saying, but I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is, in fact, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? What? Ah, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a three-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit and run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Mm. Witness, just who are you anyway? I am. I didn't think it would come to this. That's enough. Don't have to say anything more, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't, you don't mean? Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on our witnesses. What did he say? Huh, looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way, but then why? If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, had so he so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. سوري بس جايب لي ماي استمتع بالميوزك Okay. Okay, let's continue. Victim's younger sister, Miss Daria Hawthorne. But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But well, as you can see, why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. He was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of a victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Fay, I must say, your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. Hmm. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious to her big sister. Miss Fay must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Fay, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me. Ah, think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Who? That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict. I think we heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Huh? What makes you think they're empty, boy? Well, your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. Protege. I'm sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth. That's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me. The rashness of youth. How charming. This coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste our let's not waste any time more time, Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? This is the motive, but let me check the guide. motive. Part, where's part two? Then the diamond flows. Oh no. What motive would this one have for murdering her own sister? No, it's not that one. It's victim's note. Hmm. This one. The story starts after Terry Follis escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet this to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth. There was dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie to keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Fay. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Fay. What was the secret that was so important? Where is your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Follis. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago. We believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Haw- Hawthorne sisters. Uh, no. Very well, I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Daya. But this time, but this will be the last time you hide your behind your womanly wiles. 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Follis. The reason price was a raw diamond. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she had made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fawless in the arm. That's when Mr. Fawless tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Hmm? The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. We are to believe, after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. As you have heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. Ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross examination. Mr. Edge got the jump on me again. Huh. You're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info that ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Fowles told us that in the lobby. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Let's hold it. Did you and Mr. Paulus have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Paulus. No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Paulus came to the house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The whole thrones are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Hmm. Quite the clever fellow that Mr. Paulus. Paulus. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Paulus a clever fellow? Ransom price was raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it up to the bridge. Heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. Hmm. $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. Handel did that her sister Valerie make the stage. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Fawless is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain, and after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fawless in the arm. Just press it. That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Forrest was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Forrest tried to kill me by shooting off from the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about it. What happened right at that moment? Well, when Mr. Forrest was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Forrest turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second. He gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin, a bloodthirsty grin. Oh, and in the next instant, I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run, then just one little shove from behind. That was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. And that's why you hid your identity. Yes, I only told my sister, Valerie Hawthorne, eh? Yes, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years. I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me to get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all of the paperwork would have been impossible. Okay. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. Hmm. It's the moment of truth for this witness too. Once the truth about this staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. Well, she's a twisted mind. I've just got to prove that kidnapping was a hoax. Okay, we got clear picture. Let's see. Two, three, one. Dusky Bridge. Dusky Bridge. You say that Mr. Forrest pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. Well, it's true. I felt a push on my back. Certain of it was Mr. Forrest. Tears of lies, man. I'm sorry, I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from and behind is impossible. Ah, Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level is in the river may have been higher back then. كله يدور كذب. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. خلاص بعد كل خراب. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness has testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? Uh, I, you see, just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Forrest panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. I want to look at order in the court. Seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Fortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Ageworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Fawless panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. This photo. تعال شوف you can't push her on the side. The ropes are covering the. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be possible to push someone off from there. No, but let's remember the size of and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Forrest had been shot in the right arm. Uh, and more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point blank range. Uh, so Mr. Forrest throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible. Go, got him. Order, order. What is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it is ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, that even more so. The witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she would want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. Could be the stone, the diamond. Take that. 5 years ago. Something else disappeared along with the dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her. The $2 million diamond. Ah, no, no, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. $2 million. She was going to keep it for all for herself. She forced Mr. Paulus to have her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. ايوه اعطته الغاية الثانية. Order, order, order. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon. كيف؟ ادوارد انه عنده هدف انه يبين انه آه، الكيس كذي شو يسمونه شي قضيه انه مع الادله هاي انت لازم تكسر الادله اللي يعطيك اياها هو شي شغلته شي وهذا الحين ايجورث هذا على تدريب مع واحد من ال من الناس السيئين يعني مو بزينين هذاك ظهر اسمه فون كارما ظهر في الحلقات القديمة وهالحلقة تعتبر حلقة بريكول قبل ما تعرف على فينيكس رايت وكل شيء وهذه بعدها يعني فشي وهني ايجورث كان وسخ يعني وسخ لأنه على تعليم ريال وسخ اسمه فون كارما يعني يحاول يكذب، يسوي اي شيء حسب هو يطلع صح. بس في اشياء هو بعد ما يعرفها يعني عن القضيه، بس يحاول يطلع انه هو الصح. بس جي ما يبي يستسلم. و... وحاليا ترايل مود، ف شي في يعني في المحكمه. هي لعبه صعبه بدون جايد، لازم تقرا وايد، تطالع وايد، تفكر وايد. بس انا الحين لان ما عندي طاقه، اي غلطه جيم اوفر على طول. ظروف. خلينا نشوفني. um, this woman is a demon. شوف والله اعطته الوجه الثاني، شوف. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. خلصنا من القضية، خلاص انتهي. Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Paulus, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do. She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill two birds with one stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. ما عنده شيء يجي يقول خلاص. هي هي هي. Who's that? Who's that laughing at a time like this? Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness, is that you? You amuse me, woman, Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence. Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. Oh, bad. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Forrest and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? We can provide evidence to at least show that. Hmm. Well, Miss Faye, I I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye. Are you stupid or something? Shit. Now the attitude changed. Now she's trash talking. Okay. Okay. How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? وانا مسوي عمره مدلعه وكل شيء، والحين فجأة شيء غيرت. I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we have come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertion made by the defense. Of course, you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me, and there is nothing I can do about it. Huh. Without evidence, the trial is over. Who decided that? Me, Mr. Armando. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there is no evidence, there is still testimony. Testimony on the day in question. Dahlia Hawthorne ordered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fowler's stolen car and then went to meet with him, disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there is only one answer, right? There is only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there is no proof, there is only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman? This guy. خلنا نشيك بس. نحن بندخل الرياضة. Terry Follis. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes. We would like to hear the testimony of Terry Follis, the defendant. There is only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There is only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Follis. بتدخل ناخذ الشهادة منه والكلام كله ونشق هذه الشق بعدين. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? سكاتي. Okay. Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Follis. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You are all I have left. Defendant, you have heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? Um, um, okay. I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Follis, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Follis, there is only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me 5 years ago? She promised never ever betray each other. Terry, Dahlia, it, it's true. It's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore. That makes me sad. Tell the truth. The real truth. I believe in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. So, نبغى نسيب هال to save. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Yeah. Okay. I will allow. She's using her charm on poor Terry. Will allow Mr. Follis to testify once only. Well then, Mr. Follis, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness, I'm sorry, I apologize. What the fuck? Oh, water. Please, water. Hmm? Can't talk. Need water. Huh? Oh, well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. This to match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. Wow. Okay. Now he's ready to talk. Who Terry for less? So that day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Mr. Fawless, you're covering for her. Do you think she would? Uh, That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you wanted to end Mr. Fawless? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? Shalom. There is only one person who can stop it. You, kitten, I think. I think. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was at home. Let's stay. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining, already dark too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes. Mr. Fawless, Eagle Mountain, that spot, strong, strong memories. Why did he just climb up? Could it be he's hiding something here? She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. I'm sure he is zebra boy. Waited 5 years to ask single question to find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of an eye. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car. You were watching the car. That bridge other side is broken. No, nobody can come from there. So I was watching car. So what else were you expecting him to do? Suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something is bothering me. I'm getting that feeling. Contradiction? Wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up in the mountain, but that's it. Anyway, nobody came. No car, nothing. Ah, finally, one woman came. She stood front of me. Mr. Falls, think carefully now. Are you certain that it was Valerie Hawthorne? Uh, 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 I never lie. It is true. Was Valerie. I remembered her face. Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as an identification? Uh, sorry, I told little lie. ضيعنا. But the woman I met, she was different from woman standing here right now. She was different. It was Valerie. We talked, then she left. What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Fowles. Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she lied, got me the death penalty. And were you satisfied with the with that answer, witness? Dahlia died. It was my fault, but I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. I It don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead. But you just saw that she isn't dead. After Valerie talked to me on bridge, nothing left to live for. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. How can you be so sure? It was raining at the time. Sunset that day was at 5 o'clock. It would have already been pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Oh, fishing. Please, Mr. Forrest, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do. That woman, it wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What more needs to be said? Hmm. Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for murderer, you will still do whatever is necessary to protect her. Won't you, Mr. Fowles? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's being cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He will probably go to his grave still believing in her. Mr. Fowles, even if you can show his even you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Ah, هلا شوف التلفون. Witness for that. Nice one. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. So you're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Fowles. Sure that you are lying. Huh? What? Huh? What? Bala. Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Fawless, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. No, Gah, blah. What's wrong with him? Mr. Fawless, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. Shavy. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento. 5 years ago, I hid it under base of tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. This looks familiar. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento. It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Or with that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No, no. Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Fawless, there is no mistaking it. Voila. Oh, oh, Mr. Fawless? Oh, let me كحدب. That's enough. Please, witness, I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. Oh, no, no, stop the trial, Your Honor. We need a recess. I was stupid, couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No, we are so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence. No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Fawless. Mr. Armando. So thanks for the coffee. Wow. Mr. Fawless. And so my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. Ended with no winners, only losers. Ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought it would never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Can be unforgivable, that witch. Mr. Armando, we were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make any. You're going to make my coffee all salty. Okay. I know it. Know it. I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. That theme, yeah. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. يا أخي هذا خطير هذا يا أخي. مستر أرماندو. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. 1 year later, this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Oh, I'll case. When Phoenix Wright was very young kid. Oh, the same woman came. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty. Of course, naturally, when the verdict was read, she had the perfect angelic smile on her face. Dang. It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Fortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years now. Something has happened that made me remember all this. Dun, dun, dun. Episode 4, Turnabout, Beginnings, The End. آه. Brand new episode has been added. الحلقة الرابعة صغيرة شوي بس ترايلين وانتهى. خامسة شكل بتكون أكبر. Bridge to the Turnabout. Brand new. Let's do this. Ah, yeah. Episode 5 now. Okay. Let's go. Episode 5. Shichi Shito, the treasure Korean village heirloom, whose name means seven branched sword. It is said that this sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, fragile thread but binds us to this world, is severed, هاي الحلقة الأخيرة على فكرة. The illusion is revealed and the implacability of fate is finally laid bare. February 6, 9:48 a.m. Wright and Colo office. Hey Nick, yeah, what is it? You know how I've got spiritual powers unlike you? I'm sure you're a spirit medium after all, but just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so, yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Pearly, you're up. Pearls? So, that's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. Huh? I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? It's the New Year's issue of Cult Literature Spiritual Location Special. Oh, Pearls looks so happy. Maximize your spiritual powers with just one night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. I will say it sounds more like a scam to me. It's at a spiritual retreat called Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains, and I bet it's nice and cold, just perfect for training. Now I definitely don't want to go. I think you've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there. Reservations for a temple? Are you serious? Don't worry. I've already made special reservation just for us. Yeah, and I signed up for the special course. That's nice, and the timing couldn't be better since we don't have a case right now. Anyway, alrighty then, let's settle. It's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you'd better start packing your stuff. Huh? Me? Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have anything to do with spirit power. The only thing I can channel is the TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall. Sorry, but I think I will pass. I hate cold places. What? No way. How can you be so selfish? Oh, come on, Mr. Nick. Look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? No, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the? What? What is it, Mr. Nick? Let me see that magazine. This nun, is she a friend of yours or something, Nick? This girl, it's, it's. My name is Daria Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Who face even? Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick, I will go. Huh? Hazakura Temple. I said I will go. Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? Even walk over burning coals, right? Uh, Pearly with her fantasies. Um, all called New Year's issue received from Pearls. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple, but I just had to had to be see for myself who this nun really was. أنا سيء. برا. It's so cold here. Nick. أخ. BRB ها. شوية باخذ لي بريك. BRB. Hello, رجعت back back to you guys. تعب تعب والله مم. صحيا تعبانين يلا بر it's so cold here, Nick. Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change. Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's raining. Choo. Her teeth are chattering so loudly. It's all I can do to make out what she's saying. Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Yazakura temple. Apparently, I chew. Well. Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Thank you, Chu. Oh, my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must have been cold. What's with the past tense freezing here? Oh. We are high up in the mountains after all. Any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Q, I was starting. Oh, yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head nun here at the temple. My name is Bikini. Bikini. Baby Bikini. That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that has a nice image to it. Bikini. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. It certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their teeth, with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those you channel reckless. Wahahaha. Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through. Yes, that's right. You come all this way, so please enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around? Hmm, okay, let's talk. Channeling Dojo. So what's Channeling Dojo anyway? Oh my. You don't even know that? Forgive him, sister. Wow. Knows well. Just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. Channeling Dojo is the basically spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. The holy items of train an entire evening surrounded by these items. Oh, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seems to be enveloped you. Wahahaha. Oh, she must have just gotten off the trolley from the land of make believe. Oh no. We must be incredibly devoted to and interested in that at such a young age. She always interrupts Maya's comments. It's a training session where you hit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell 30,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. Uh, it's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of the year. Don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia or maybe even die of hypothermia. Hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. Oh man. Hmm. Let's talk about this picture. Well. Look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah, unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris, the cute little girl in the photo, she looks just like me, doesn't she? No way. We're just a small temple here, so she now run the entire place. Really? That kind sound like. Sorry to cut in, but this Iris, where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up here just to find a girlfriend, have you? Glare. No, that's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Eris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple. Yes, that's right. Eris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? Wahaha, wahaha. So she's in the inner temple, huh? Uh, do you think you may not look like it, but I can tell you I'm much in demand. To be quite honest, I'm finding this a little difficult to say. What is she trying to say, Mr. Nick? I think she's trying to say that she's busy. But seriously, Nick, what's the deal? Nothing has been happened yet, and you're really shoving evidence to people's faces. You need to forget about work and relax a little. Try to have some fun, okay, Mr. Nick? Yeah, you're right. Arawim detective badge. Yeah. Sure, pin the hypothermia on the lawyer is great fun. What this? Do you think you could take a look at this? Look at look, I can tell I'm very much in demand. Same, same. I don't. Let's see, MFA. Same, same. Maybe she would say something, but show her face. Oh, same. What about Godot? Anything from Godot? Nope. Guess I have to leave her. What do you think, Nick? Pretty awesome gate, huh? It sure is. It looks pretty well maintained too. This thing kind of puts your hometown to shame, Maya. Yeah, well, a lot of things have happened to Korean village. We used to be a lot richer back then, back when people hired us to perform channelings. Oh, I see, but now the place looks a bit run down. Guess I was just born in the wrong time. Sure. Oh, look, it's one of those motorcycle things. Most people call that a snowmobile, you know? Snow motorcycle things. Snow blow meal. Same thing. Okay. Too bad we didn't invite Desiree. Oh, she likes that, yeah. I bet she could race like the win on this slow mobile. Or maybe she would give me a ride on this blow snowmobile. Well, what? She's playing with words now. I told you it's snowmobile. Every time she's calling it something. Oh, look, it's cute little bell tower. I absolutely love the sound of a giant bell. Oh, so which do you like better? That or the sound of money? Ah, of course, money. Sorry, but I'll take money for the win, Nick. What are you saying for? Okay. Officially. Oh, that looks like the main hall where we will be staying tonight. From here, it looks like one of those ice hotels you always hear about. They gotta have a heater or something in there. Don't think I don't wanna die. I'm not worried. I brought my hot water bottles. Did you bring one for me? What are you talking about, Nick? Who carries around two hot water bottles? Brr, if the cold doesn't kill me, the ice queen over here will finish the job. Ice queen. Let's move. Main hall suspension bridge. Okay, we'll go to the main hall. Oh, February 7, Hazukara Temple, main hall. The main hall, I think it's even colder in here. I chew. Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like a meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum. Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Mystic Maya is right. Oh, I hope their mashed potatoes too. Uh, I love mashed potatoes. Ha 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 ha. What a cute little acolyte. Acolyte. Oh, who's this? Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Wow, this lady makes Maya look like a 6.8 on 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit. Did you come here for the special course too? Ha 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 ha. Fortunately, no. Actually, I am. Huh? Ah, you're Miss Elise Dukes. No, I can't read that. X's. Okay. Yes, that's right. You know of me. My name is Pearl Fay. I am your biggest fan. Okay, who is she, Nick? I see it now. Zafari, a fortune teller. I've got all your books, Miss Dukes. Ha ha ha! What a sweet thing to say. Please call me Elise. Books, Mr. Nick. Don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author maybe. Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books. Huh. Oh, now I get it. Let's ask Elise. Elise. I'm sorry, I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. That's alright. I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always makes me feel as if my heart has been purified. Ha ha ha. Makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. I do have to admit, she suddenly seemed like a kind, sensitive lady. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, it must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me. Nick, so recently I've accepted sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice? Yeah. He calls himself Loris Duxinum. I want to type that name, Duxinum. I can't spell that really. Let's see. How do you spell that? How do you say that? Not spell that. Say that. Um, if I write it in Google, what is it? E Uxnim. What's that? Dunem. Dunem. Oh, the X is silent. Duna. Duna. That's in French. Dunem. 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 Okay. Let's write at least oh, at least Dunem. Only Dunem. Please Dunem and see the other one. Lawrence Dunem. Lawrence Dunem. Lawrence Dunem. Lawrence. No, it's not Lawrence. Law. R I. R I. Uh-huh. Lawrence Dunham. Lawrence Dunham. Okay, Dunham. Let's go with Dunham. He calls himself Loris Dunham. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Loris' behalf as well, I would like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise, anything for you. Ha 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 ha. Okay, welcome here. Why did you come to Hazakara Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training? No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow, I can't wait to read it. Pearl is completely taken with her. I want to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So is that why you're dressed like you are? Children have a certain image of me in their minds. Don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She's really a sweet lady. Wow, Miss Elise, you are dressed up like a mountain nun. Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well. I want a stuff like that. You like the crystal sphere. It's real. I'm amethyst, you know? Amethyst. Oh, it's a real thing, huh? Maybe we'll find one like that up here on this mountain. Good luck, Nick. I know you'll find me one. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. Have to go help with the dinner preparation. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? No. That's right. Well, would you like to help too, Perry? Yes, yes, I want to help with whatever I can. Pearl looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But, oh yes, please take this. I think it will be of help to you. What's this? It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost, would we? Hazakura, Inner Temple, and the bridge, river. Is the same bridge? It looks like the same bridge from the previous case, but I hope it's not. Is it? Looks the same. Okay, it's a map of the area. We didn't want you to get lost now, would we? The inner temple, there it is, on the other side of the bridge. Yes, it looks the same bridge. Well, if you insist, I guess we will take this chance to go check out the other temple. Hazakura temple map added to the court record. Okay, I will see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warm. We keep moving. I want to examine it, really. What's this? There is a laughable large magmata on the altar. If I can see Cyclops with the tiny magatma I have got, I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under his hood. Okay, what's this? It's an altar. It looks a bit old, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Korean village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. Mm. Hush. There are straw zabuton cushions arranged around a hibachi brazier. Haven't seen a layout like this since I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. It wasn't for this hibachi, they would probably freeze to death. Okay, but the writing on these walls, these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. How like how it scribbled math formula on the bathroom walls to remember them. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during test, and I can't read these walls. Okay, okay. See you, see you. Oh, خلاص جنة شيء. All right, let's move on. Main gate. Oh, Hazakura Temple, main gate. Huh? Where did Sister Bikini go? Guess she went to the inner temple to go help that other nun out. Oh, right. I think her name is Iris. Iris. Yeah, yeah, that was it. I want to find out who Eris really is, but I'm scared what I will find. Suspension bridge. What's the bridge? February 7th, suspension bridge. Wow, look at this broken down old bridge deck. Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us. Yeah, there is a river down there. Looks like it's flowing real fast. What's wrong, Nick? Look like you have seen a ghost. I am just not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should face your fear and try hurling yourself off the bridge, off the edge. You know, one, two, three, jump. Might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights. Yeah, this is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright? Anyway, sure like sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the inner temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out. Oh, why isn't there another way across? Hmm. Looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there. Guess that's where I'll be training tonight. You want to train with me, Nick? And do the special course? I think not. But it'd be so great if you had spiritual powers too. Really, I see dead people sounds more like cause for alarm to me. Narrow path going off in a different direction than that one of the main hall. Sign here is so old the text seems to have vanished. Path leads to a wooden staircase that goes down to the bottom of the canyon. Can we write wooden staircase on it then? Do you really think that is necessary? You'd have to be blind not to see the stairs. Well, it can't hurt. Just pass me a pencil, okay? Gravity is a crime, Maya. Bridge. Let's see. Come on, Nick. Why don't we hop across the bridge and it'll be fun? I'm not so sure. It looks like a bunny hopping across the bridge would destroy it. Okay, Nick, then let's try to find a cute, fluffy little bunny. That's your theory. That, that right there sums up the fundamental difference between sane and insane. Some letters are engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusty Bridge. Huh. Says Dusky Bridge. Okay. Come on, Nick, take a look at that bridge and tell me it's not supposed to be dusty. This sign is obviously wrong and I'm gonna fix it. Now give me a pencil, Rick. Do I look like a pencil holder to you? The phone. Can't believe there is a public phone here. Who would ever use it? The people who live here, I guess, adopt any real phones here. Yeah, but it took like 20 minutes to walk here from the main hall. Be, being smarter of them to build the main hall here, don't you think? Maybe you should work on channeling someone who make logical sense, Maya. Okay, checking on. Okay. Guess there's nothing more to talk about. Let's move. Inner Temple Gate. Then we cross the bridge now. Hmm. February 7th. Inner Temple Gate. Whoa, that bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake. And at least half of the wood on that rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention not to mention the last part only had like one board on it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we have made safely across that death trap. I guess I'm a bit surprised too. Yikes, that temple is in bad shape. It looks like it could collapse at any time. Yes, people don't use it too often. Is this really where you're going to train tonight? That has to be it. It's kind of creepy around here, like a ghost might jump out at you or something. Spirit medium, afraid of ghosts. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? The irony. Oh, okay, what's this? Hey, a half open gate. That's practically a welcome back. But yeah, except the sign on it here says no entry. Nick, rules are made to be broken, you know. You expect a lawyer to go along with that. Oh, come on, you're such an old lady sometimes. Let's just go. Don't blame it on me when Sister Bikini puts a curse on you. Now you've got me scared. Let's just forget about it, okay? Show to me. Looks like there is something written on it. Can't read it, but if I had to take a good guess, I'd say it says Inner Temple. What's the point of a sign if you can't read it? It must be tough for the mailman when he's delivering here. I guess the sign is a good indication of how long this place has been here. So that's the Inner Temple up ahead. Oh, it looks kind of run down. Well, it wouldn't be very temple-like if it was all bright and shiny. So you're training here tonight? Yep. Then everyone will see my spiritual powers. Oh, oh, that sound. Sound like your stomach wants to show off its digestive powers instead. I wonder if the guts roast is ready yet. Joanna. Yeah, can fly too. Let's look here. Let's check the bridge. Don't care how much you pay me. I don't want to cross that bridge again. No worries, Nick. No one is offering you any money. That's because no reasonable person would call that pile of popsicle sticks a bridge. The later half of it was nothing more than a few planks of wood and some strings. Hey, if you want to get back, we've got no choice but to cross it again, you know? Maybe I'll just stay. I've always dreamed of living in a little shack in the woods. Wow, you really are scared, aren't you? Saying ندمان شو جاي بدنا هني. Oh wow, look at these neat Buddha statues. Maybe I'll take one home with me. Maya, but there are so many. They wouldn't notice if I took just one. Are you kidding? Of course they will notice. What are you gonna do to with one of those anyway? Put it in the office, of course. We can trade that wooden statue in the office reception area for one of these. Come to think of it, where did that wooden statue come from anyway? Not sure. Hey, there is a giant robot buried in the snow. Well, there is something buried in the snow, but I think it's an incinerator. Oh, but you've got to admit, looks like a lot like a robot. Yeah, sure. Anyway, I don't think it gets used much. It's looking pretty rusty. Hey, Nick, do you think this giant robo generator can walk? I told you it's not a robot, and it's not especially big either. Well, you have no imaginations. I thought you would be real neat if you had to beat it to advance a fight between a lawyer and an overgrown furnace. Who'd ever pay for to see that? Yes, who will pay that? What's this? Looks like this bridge is suspended by four of these wires. Wires. They're really thin. Shouldn't they be just a little thicker? You're such a worrywart, Nick. The bridge were really going to collapse. Pretty sure the boards would break before these wires ever did. What's wrong? You're turning into an overripe avocado again. You see? Oh, nothing anymore. Move on. Training hall. February 7 Inner Temple Training Hall. السجن هذا مش training hall. Man, I look at this place. It's just a tiny freezing cold room. So this is where you'll both be training, huh? Huh? What do you mean both? I'm the only one. Really? What I thought. Hey, just a kid. She couldn't handle this kind of intense training. So says the girl who I can barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep, definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there is something the supernatural about the cavern behind that door. Um, oh, she finally appears. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, you're hi there. We are just looking around since we are going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. I wonder why she spaced out like that, don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? No, not you too, Dick. My name is Eris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure is mine. Please excuse me. I have some chores to attend. too. She sure is beautiful and a bit spacey, I guess. Guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us. Nick, that girl, it can't be that. Ah, ah, what is it? Why did you scream like that? Did this scroll? It, it's my mother. Whoa, what? Oh, it's Misty Fey, the master of the Korean school of channeling. Are you sure? Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll, that's the special mark of the master of our tradition. So that's what the mark means. What is it? No, no, nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have ever even known it was her, my own mother, and I can't even recognize her face. Maya, hanging scroll added to the court record. Look at this antique dresser. I wonder if there is anything, anything valuable inside. Let's have a look. Nothing. Just a bunch of clothes. Hey, Nick. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Oh, about Iris, I bet. Looks like you have been bitten by the love bug, Nick. There are a bunch of musty looking blankets and bedding sets piled up here. I wonder why they're even here in the first place. It's because all spiritual training is done under the supervision of of a nun. Wonder if Sister Bikini is planning to sleep in here while I train. But if they sleep, what's the point of having them here in the first place? Sure. The actual training area must be on the other side of this door. I wonder what it's like. Phooey, it's locked. Come on, Dick. You know you want to open it for me? I can't. Oh, well, I've been in kind of a bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? Zavari, I know what it is. Iris. Ha 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 ha. Iris and Nick sitting in a tree. Kissing. Kissing. Still, I checked on it, but still, no. Let me check again. It's hanging wall scroll. Showing Maya's mother, Misty Fey. It's not that old. That crest at the top is the official mark of the master. Wonder if this temple has some sort of connection to the Fey family. Think it does, actually. Supposedly it was. Founded by a branch family member of the Korean school. I'll have to ask Bikini in more details when I get the chance. Uh, about Maya and the Faye family in general. Okay. والشيطان يسولف لي. اوكي خلينا نرجع ورا. Nothing. Oh, oh, something. February 7, Dusky Bridge. We managed to make it across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Um, hey, what's wrong with you? I'm too tired. Ever since we met Sisters Eris at the training hall, you have been really quiet. Huh? I'm sorry. Hey, you wait up. You think he's lying at us? He must be. There's no one else around. Would you mind moving your standing right in my way? طه- ظهر هذا. Uh, شو اسمه? Hey, I know you. You're but something. Oh, sorry, gotta run. See ya. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Loris. The what Dioxin? The Dionum. Liar, you're Larry. Your clothes may change. You're still the butts. Shut up. فضح. I am Loris. And I'm just here to do sketch of Dusky Bridge. So it really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else. شكلي خلاص. واو. تعبان ببند. اه 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 one second. Da-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. So I'm going in a day. I'm so tired. Can continue for now. I'll continue for tomorrow for episode 5 from here on. Yeah, I think it's a good time to stop. Um, right, where's the screen? Right, take care, fellas.